1-0 loss to St. Louis to start the week. Joel Ho for a little shutout, so at least that was nice to see. I actually don't know if he's ever won against the Jets before. I could be wrong on that, but anytime I've watched us play St. Louis with him in net, I don't think he's actually ever won before, but whatever. Good for him. I mean, that one could have gone either way. I don't think we played necessarily bad. We just couldn't really put the puck in the net.
It'd be nice if the other forwards on our roster maybe helped out the first line. So
Yeah.
that would be cool. But we're not going to get that anytime soon. So, yeah, when the first line doesn't score, we lose.
Yeah. I mean, that pretty much sums up the St. Louis game. And then, when we don't, if we want to jump ahead to last night's game, when we don't put them in the overtime to start the game, then we also lose. So we don't need to jump ahead that far. But yeah, that was tough. That would have been a nice one to squeak out against St. Louis there.
Especially the fact that we were just dogging them, earlier on in the podcast about how poor they are and they're not making playoffs. Jets are, and now they're fucking shutting us out. So that's great.
My one takeaway from that game is about 45 seconds left, and Jake Neighbors is kind of not really tussling with Morrissey, but just like a couple of shoves back and forth, and then Stanley just comes in from behind and rocks him open ice from behind and starts a big scruffle.
Yeah.
That was my highlight of the game.
At this point, Stanley might be our most valuable player, so I love that. Great job to him. Keep doing what you're doing. And I guess honestly, that into Colorado Jets, unless you got anything else, Anton.
I mean, I didn't hate that from Stanley. It was kind of like a stupid cheap penalty shot on his part. Yeah, and a cheap shot. I mean, we maybe possibly could have tied the game. That being said, we didn't score in the first 58 minutes of that game, so probably not. But yeah. Let's move on to Colorado.
Box score looks okay. We lost 3-2. However, I think that if we did not have Connor Hellebuck in the game, probably 6-2, 7. I want to be optimistic. And I want to have faith and belief that we're going to turn it around. But we got so outclassed in that first period that there was 2-on-1 after 2-on-1. There was big save by Hellebuck after big save. We're not even close to them. I'm happy that we ended up at least making a game out of it. Losing to 3 Central Division teams this week just does not help our chances at all. You got to pick up one of them at least. I guess we got a point versus Utah, but that doesn't help our case in going back up the div. But I've got a little bit of fun facts for you guys, and it's going to start off with Cole Perfetti. How many points does Cole Perfetti have in his last 15 games? And it's more than you think, and it's not that much.
3.
It is 4.
Yeah.
Now, can you guys guess how many benchings he's received in terms of percentage compared to points that he scored over those 15 games?
Well, he got benched once, didn't he? Or is it twice?
It's just once, but he's been benched for 25% of his total points over the last 15 games. So that's my first fun stat. My second fun stat is how many points does Jonathan Toews have in his last 23 games?
I'm not having fun.
How many games away is Jonathan Toews from making $550,000 more dollars? It's a 2-parter.
6 games.
2 points and 5 games. In 5 more games, Jonathan Toews shows up, says sup to the boys, heads on to our 4th line and makes $550,000 more dollars. Now, I understand that we're not exactly in cap hell, but that's our 2 center, or what was supposed to be. Can you guys guess how many goals Gustav Nyquist has this year? This is my last one.
1 0 or 1?
It rhymes with 0. It rhymes with Biro. It does. And one of the most fun reports that I've watched, that I've seen over the last few days. Hold on, let me. Was it Sarah Manschetti that posted it? Let me go get a quote for quote here on the old thing.
I'm gonna
here.
grab another nicotine mint here.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Alrighty, where are we here? Connor McDavid will miss. Wait, what? Oh, okay, never mind. We're good. I was very worried there for a second. I saw Connor McDavid here. Okay, I'm wasting too much time. So, nope, just kidding. I found it. Just kidding. I didn't find it. I'm not going to waste any more time. It was something along the lines of Gustav Nyquist has not performed to what the Jets expected him to. So they are looking for options in the market.
Yeah, I saw that today. Yeah.
And then the most beautiful report of them all, Kevin Cheveldayoff is kicking tires on Mason Marchment, who has scored like 2 goals this year after getting traded to Seattle. Perfect. So excited for another middle six winger that is just not going to produce. Anyway, optimism, positivity, belief. I'm excited. We've got a future. Let's look forward to it. I'll let you guys take it away.
I actually wouldn't mind a Marchment trade for you guys. Like, it's kind of what you need. Is like some grit, but
at least he's got some boots. But yeah, Chevy saw the fake punch at Stanley and said, "That's what we need right now."
I mean, Marchment has 14 points, so
he's not a bad player, but I don't know if he's going to solve all our problems.
Grit.
How many goals does he have?
What?
How many goals does he have?
He's got 5 goals, 9 assists.
Good.
So that would compare to.
It's too late now.
That would compare to Nino.
Well, it's 5 more than Gustav Nyquist, so maybe I'm eating my words.
He would be 5th in scoring on the Jets right now.
God help us. God help us.
Yeah, and then I'm sure he would be thrilled to be paired up with Nemestikov and Perfetti right now. I mean, he chose Columbus over us, so what does that say?
Yeah, well, I mean, after Perfetti's benching in the third period, he followed it up with 9 minutes and 44 seconds in the Utah game, in which there was no benching or no discipline, so he's just not trusted anymore. He's just not getting minutes, which, I mean, is fair. Like, I mean, we put all this belief in you. You're getting second-line minutes. You're getting first-line power play, and you can give us 4 points in 15 games. Like, that's deserved. Figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, I saw someone make an interesting point on Twitter the other day that was like, why is Perfetti the only one who's being held accountable and the only one being benched right now when it's not just him? Like, I know Gustav got scratched for a few games there, but like Nemestikov or Taves or, I mean, Pearson's been taken out of the lineup and stuff too, but why is Perfetti the scapegoat? Why is it our young guy when like, I don't know. It was just sort of another like telltale sign of like, we love our old players, and like, you kind of get what I'm saying? Like,
it's because, like, I don't know if it's like it starts with management or it's our Neil or what it is, but I mean, accountability is one thing. But I mean, if you look at Taves, like the optics on benching him or scratching him are just horrific after the whole, which I mean, well deserved parade, the whole big thing with him coming back to Winnipeg. I'm sure jersey sales are great, but like, I mean, I think a huge telltale sign is if Taves gets to 40 well, he'll get to 40 for sure. But if he gets to 50, 60 games and he's still producing at 2 points in 23 games pace, like if they're not scratching him or benching him,
yeah,
I mean, then that's an issue from upper management. But I do agree with you. Like, I mean, Perfetti deserves slack, but I mean, yeah, there's hardly a mention about Nemestikov, who's been terrible production-wise. Nino's been okay. I mean, you're not paying Lowry $5 million to score 20 goals, but I think Lowry's got 1 goal this year. Who else is down there? I mean, we talked about Nyquist. Barron had a nice goal versus Utah, but I mean, he's been slow this year too. He's had an elevated role in certain scenarios. I mean, it's just it starts from the top, but I think it's just because Perfetti's big moment last year and the fact that we've given him all this opportunity, that's why he's catching flack, because it was expected. Like, we were having a conversation, I think, last year about what Perfetti's next contract is going to look like, and was it going to be like $9 million? You know, like, he's lucky to be in the NHL at this rate. But, I mean, that's just the way that hockey goes. And I think Perfetti's just catching flack because he had somewhat of a breakout last year in the playoffs. He had the Manitoba Miracle goal, and there was big expectations. But yeah, I mean, it's not just him. It's Nemestikov. It's Lowry, even though, again, I know you're not paying him $5 million to score, but more than one goal would be great. You know, I mean, Kepke's had a couple games here and there. Barron's had a couple games, but like, I mean, we've got, unless I'm mistaken, Logan Stanley is our 4th leading goal scorer on the team, and we're at Christmas. So that's an issue.
Yeah.
But, you know, I don't know.
Yeah. I was going to ask about Taves, but I'll ask about this first. And like, not that I think this might be a dumb question, but like, do you think the room is a little lost, not just one with like Arneal, but then 2 with like Lowry being the captain and him not like producing at a clip or playing like his best hockey, and then he's coming out in the media and he's doing these meetings? Do you think like a guy like Scheifele or Connor or like or Morrissey is in that room like and like just not even listening to him? Because it's like, why are we listening to you? Like, you're playing like shit right now too. I don't know. Like, it's a dumb question, but
no, I get what you mean, but like, I mean, like I mentioned, you're paying Lowry $5 million to, I mean, as dumb as it sounds, to be a leader, to be physical, to be that sort of menacing presence. You're not paying him to score 20 goals, but I mean, you sure as hell better score 10 if you're getting $5 million. And it doesn't look like he's on that pace right now. But in terms of like, is his poor play affecting the dressing room? I don't think so, because I think he's still doing a lot of what your quote unquote captain should do, you know? And I mean, again, everything gets leaked to the media, but the whole thing about the players meeting after Buffalo, I'm sure he's still talking in the dressing room, and I'm sure that Scheif, Connor, Velarde, Morrissey are all still listening to him and also trying to be a voice in the dressing room. It's probably just very difficult when, I mean, for one, Lowry personally is struggling to score. He's probably feeling sort of shitty about himself. And then, I mean, the whole Jets organization at this point, another fun fact, was 1st in the NHL last year, and now we're 27th, and on pace to have the worst season after a President's Trophy in NHL history. I'm sure that doesn't make it very much better, but long-winded answer. I don't think that guys would like stop listening, or, you know, there'd start being turmoil in the dressing room because of Lowry's poor play. I think there's just so many factors that are contributing to us being shitty, is that like they probably just don't know which direction to go. And by they, I mean management. Like, do they fire Chevy? Do they fire Arneal? Do they start scratching and waving guys? You know, but like, is that the answer? Are they just going to stand tall, try to trust the process and see if things turn around after Christmas? Who knows? Right? Like, I mean, we could be standing here in April with a St. Louis Blues situation where they were last in the NHL in 2019, came back and won the cup, you know? Like, that's a very realistic possibility. Does it look like that right now? Absolutely not. But who knows, right?
We're only 6 points out if you want to look at the bright side of things. Like, it's not that big of a hill to climb. It's just like, with the way we're playing right now, 6 points is kind of a lot, and it doesn't seem like we're going to win any games anytime soon, but you never know. Maybe maybe a break is exactly what we need right now, and maybe we come back with a bit more legs and a bit more juice. I mean, who knows? But
just looking at the schedule, you guys have like a week off this week.
Yeah.
Monday through Friday off.
I guess a question for both you guys, more tailored to Anton, but like, I mean, the Jets are in this position, but like, if the Oilers are in this position, and I don't think it's any secret, like, boring a Hellebuck plays Vezina Hellebuck in the playoffs, there's no chance that even if we make the playoffs, we're getting out of the round. Again, I don't know if management like could handle the optics of doing it, but like, at this point, knowing you're not going to go anywhere in the playoffs, do you not just like not, I mean, not, you know, let it be known to the world, but do you not just tank, have one down year, try to get a high pick, see if that helps spark you? Like, I mean, again, we get further on in the season, we waive Nyquist, we sit Taves, we bring up the young guys, we call it a lost season. I think the fan base would react to that way better than trying to bring in another top 6 forward to try to make a playoff push to get bounced in the first round,
Yeah,
so sorry,
I mean, that's not a bad point.
My question after all that is, if you're in our position, or Anton, knowing you're in our current position, would you rather us tank, call it an off year, try to just refocus, come back next year, or would you try to salvage and even try to make the playoffs and hope that Hellebuck stands on his head?
As badly as
Can I
I
go quick?
don't, yeah,
Yeah, you can start.
yeah.
Just looking at December, you're 2-9 with Minnesota, Edmonton, Detroit left.
Nice.
Like, I know Detroit's not great, but then like even in the new year, like right on the first, you have the Maple Leafs, who are shit right now. You have your revenge with Ottawa, and then you have Vegas, Edmonton, Kings, New Jersey, Islanders, Wild. Like, you guys have a hard fucking schedule. So
Yeah.
why not just like you said, you're probably not going to make it out of the first round with one line producing, and Hellebuck is not proven in the playoffs. Well, on the road at least. So why not try and get a top 5 pick and go get that stud that you need? Like,
I'm for it.
you're a small market. You don't need to be trying to go for the cup every year. Like, Vegas goes for the cup every year, but it's Vegas. Everyone wants to play in Vegas. No state tax. It's a good place to play. Like, nobody really wants to play in Winnipeg. Edmonton would be the same way. Like, no one would want to play in Edmonton if McDavid and Draisaitl weren't there. So, like, I don't know. Just you gotta, yeah. You can't just try and win every year and then expect to get better every year.
I agree.
Yeah.
Especially as a small market that people don't want to come to in free agency. I know, like, a lot of guys are like, oh, like, we love playing here. The guys that are playing here, it's like, it's a great place to play and stuff like that. But people look at Winnipeg and they're like, no, we don't want to go fucking play there. And, like, reasonably should. We live here. It's not a great place to live. Would you rather live in Vegas or Florida or something like that, or Winnipeg? Like, it's just so hard. But I think they should just kind of not blow it up, but like, they got to get rid of those Pearson, Nyquist. You can't really get rid of Taves, but like, you got to get rid of those older guys. Let Lambert play. Let Chibrikov play. Let Solomonsson play. Why is Luke Schenn even playing? Like,
It's a great
you got to get those young
question.
guys in and get a top 5 pick and hopefully get a stud.
Yeah,
That's my opinion.
I agree.
I would say the same thing about the Oilers, but we have 2 of the top 5 players in the league. So kind of hard to tank when you have that.
So that's sort of what I was gonna say, was that, like, man, imagine, like, not that this would be like a conversation in the locker room or anything, like, oh, we're gonna tank, but like, what do you tell Hellebuck and Scheifele and Connor and these guys who are like in their prime right now and saying like, yeah, we're gonna try and tank for McKenna right now? Like, how would that affect them to know that, like,
I think
we're
that
not
it's
gonna compete for a cup this year? Like,
I think that it's an easy spin. The words for any NHL organization are never going to come out that we're tanking, but
no.
you bite the bullet. You waive Nyquist, you waive Pearson, I think Kepke can keep it and just stay in the press box, and you say, hey guys, these old guys unfortunately haven't worked out. We're bringing up some young talent for you guys to work with. Mentor them, teach them, lead them, and for the rest of the year here, show them what it's like to be an NHL player. And come this time next year, we need you guys to be great leaders for these guys. But for the next 40 games left in our season here, these young guys are going to come up, they're going to play, show them what it's like to be in the NHL. Who knows?
It's never gonna happen. He's never gonna do that.
Who knows?
Like, that's what it should be.
I think that's what everyone would love to see, and that's what we've been harping on all season, is getting our young guys in the lineup. I just don't think that's gonna happen. And then, I mean, to counter your point, I mean, what you said a few a few pods ago, like our makeup is not that different. Who's to say like we do get, I think we're missing a 2C. And if we can get a good one, that who knows where we go from there. But like, yeah, I think then nobody's going to want to come here with the season we're having right now. So it's going to be really hard to negotiate getting guys here. One, because we're Winnipeg, first off, and then two, because we're dog shit right now. So yeah, I mean, I was hitting the panic button after Buffalo. And so, yeah, I mean, if you're hitting the panic button and you don't think you should win, then you should probably tank. My fear, though, is that what I just said, and it's definitely what's going to happen, and it's what's shaping up to happen, is we're not going to play our young guys. We're not going to tank. And we're going to end up being like a Buffalo, Vancouver year who's just a middle of the pack team for the next 8 years. That's honest. That's how I see it going for Winnipeg for a while here. Because I think Chevy and I don't know if Chipman, like, they're scared of being dog shit and then people not coming out to the games. And then there's been all this talk of us losing a team and stuff. Do I think that'll happen? No. But I think that's what they're trying to avoid happening. And that's why they're like, again, the guy on CJOB is like, oh, we have our team now and then we have our team of the future. But like, I don't know. I don't think like this team's going to win a cup, and I don't think our next team's going to win a cup either. Will we be good? Yeah. But like, I don't know. I don't think we'll ever be good enough. That's tough to say because we haven't seen any of our young prospects yet, and we don't know if they can NHL hockey. But
I mean, like, you can say that about a lot of teams, right? Like, you look at the Flyers, and it's like, how are they ever going to win a cup? You look at the Blackhawks, how are they ever going to win another cup? You look at Columbus, how are they, it takes 1 year and a bunch of things to go right for that to happen. But, like, I mean, to the normal fan, it probably makes a lot more sense than to management and ownership, where they're like, oh, no, like, we've got to keep a competitive team to get people out to come to playoffs to do this. But it's like, if you're any regular Joe Schmo in the street and you're seeing a team that's 2-9 in December, which very well could finish 2-12, why would fans come to watch that rather than seeing young talent? That's like a commonsensical thing for the fan, but I'm sure for management, it's probably hard to admit defeat on the signings. And, like, I saw a good quote the other day. It's that, like, Chipman's two things that he built his entire business off of are, like, loyalty and trust. And so that's why Chevy's been here for 15 years. That's why Arneal's moved up through the ranks, so on and so forth. But it's like you obviously don't want to abandon that. But it's like, if you want this team to succeed and you want them to be a good team, it's like you can't just keep throwing out the same product every single night for 82 games and expect something to change.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
that's fine.
I just think,
if you guys want to feel any better,
excuse me,
Huh?
go ahead.
If you guys want to feel any better, I just kind of looked up at the draft picks for next year, and right now you guys traded the 36th overall pick for Luke Finn plus the 27th fourth.
Nice.
That's kind of a gut wrenching fucking feeling, but
that was supposed to make me feel better.
Right now you have a 4th overall pick, so maybe that's Keaton Verhoff.
Yeah, and then we won't play him for 6 years.
Or that Swedish forward that's unreal, because like maybe you guys get into the top 3. Because it should be like that Swedish guy, McKenna and Verhoff, and all 3 are supposed to be like generational players.
I mean, I'm with you, Graham. I've been harping on it all season. I mean, if it works, great. If it blows up, whatever. But like, get our young guys in the lineup, see what happens. And then, but my fear is that we think we could be the St. Louis Blues or the Edmonton Oilers and be the last team in December and come up. But that is not how we're usually. Last year we were first in the league come Christmas, and this year we're last. We're usually a good team in the first half of the year. Like, we're not
and then we
team
usually
to turn it off after
off.
Christmas.
We usually off in the second half. So God help them this year.
Yeah, exactly. So as much as it pains me to say it, I would love that. I just, I hope like if we do that it doesn't cost us like Scheifele or Hellebuck or Connor and they give up on our team and request a trade out. Like, not that I think that would happen, but I mean, you never know. like we just said, Winnipeg's not exactly the most ideal place to play. And I think they were here because they thought they could win here, and Scheifele and Connor wanted to win. And so if they don't think they can do that anymore, then I don't know. But how did we get here? Holy.
That was from Colorado. You hadn't even talked about Utah, which I guess was fun.